On today's video, I've got a set of irons that I think are the irons to beat in 2025. They are nearly the perfect club. There's one little thing which we'll discuss later on that could make them a little bit better, but all in all, these are the clubs that I think I'll be judging every single iron by this year. They have the perfect looks to them. They've got the perfect loft structure. They have incredible workability and exceptional feel. They are the full package. On today's video, we're taking a look at the brand new Mizuno Pro S3 irons. These ones are truly spectacular. And a bonus is these are irons that are not going to get phased out. We see so many manufacturers that release iron after iron every year on a product cycle. And the word on the street is these ones will only be replaced every 4 years. We'll see if that's the case. But boy, these could be the irons in the back of a lot of people's bags for a very long time. And on today's video, I'm gonna take them out here to the Mizuno golf course in Tampa, Florida, put them to the test for 6 holes and see if we can go even par or better. It's gonna be quite the task, because this is a course I hardly ever play, but we should have some fun. First, let's take a closer look at the S3s. These things are gorgeous. This is like my favorite player's iron shape here, and it's very similar to my own gamers in the fact that you've got a lot of mass here down towards the bottom. This has a little stepped pattern, so you have more mass towards the back, it steps in a little bit, and then you've got a little of that cavity there, but that cavity, as you can see, not very deep. Look at the top line of this one. It is thin to win. This is absolutely beautiful, and it's very reminiscent of the Mizuno Pro line, including the muscleback irons. If you were to just look down at this club and put it right up against Mizuno muscleback irons, you probably wouldn't be able to tell a difference. At least I couldn't by eye. The sole, like a lot of the JPX series this year, Mizuno calls this a triple cut sole, and as you can see, there is relief towards the face of this club as well as towards the back there. So it's going to glide through the turf, and I have experienced that already. The face of this one, by the way, is hiding a little copper underneath, again, just to give you some extra feels. And this one is forged from 1025 carbon, again with that little copper underlayment underneath. So the feel of these clubs is absolutely exceptional. That's the only word that fits it. It's just so good. In terms of shaft, I've got it paired with my favorite shaft, the one that are on my gamers. This is the Project X rifle shafts. It keeps a nice low trajectory that is preferred by lower handicap golfers and tour players. Overall, just an absolutely clean, beautiful package. Let's put them to the test. All right, first hole here is gonna play 312. We got a little wind into us as well. I'm gonna go 5 iron off the tee for most holes today. And that for the first swing with the club. First swing of the day, really. It's just glorious. The feel of these ones. If you've never swung a Mizuno club, you gotta at least try one. And if you have, you know what I'm talking about. But this gives me the vibes of the old Mizuno musclebacks of old. I had those MP33s. I played some other classics like the MP18s. There's just nothing that beats the Mizuno feel, and these clubs have that in spades. Well, I hit that one over 200 yards, which for me with a 5 iron is a great number. I've got 109 in here now, and I just love the loft structure, as I mentioned, of these clubs. You're gonna get a little extra. It's gonna make those second shots a little bit easier for you. Pitching wedge in hand, pin in a pretty friendly spot. Let's attack. Hopefully I gave it enough. It's right on line. We just caught the front of that green. Should have just probably swung that a little bit harder, but man, trajectory control, excellent with these clubs. I was able to keep that nice and low, trying to cut down out of the wind here. And gosh, that was dead straight as well. Love that. We will be testing workability here. I imagine it's gonna be pretty good, but we wanna see if we can shape these shots as well. That's a key to a player's iron. All right, uphill all the way. I've got 25 or so feet, bending left to right. And these greens are not as fast as my home club here at Mizuno, but they are pretty nice. They just redid this course about 3 months ago. They finished up bunkers and greens, and it is looking in good shape, I've got to say. We're off to number 2. Now, the hallmark of great players' irons is the ability to shape your shots, as I mentioned. So what we're gonna do here on this little dog leg right is try to hit a fade off the tee. I've got 5 iron in hand. This hole's playing 306 from these tees. Let's see if we can carve one. Oh yeah. so high for the loft structure of these clubs, and I've hit the right side of the fairway. That is beautiful. But peak height though looks great. With that weight placed there towards the bottom of this club, we're getting that extra help in terms of lift. These things so far are performing absolutely perfectly. Now, when I say perfect irons, I'm not gonna say perfect for everybody, because that is impossible, right? It's an impossible task. But who these irons are specifically, I think, perfect for is someone like me. Someone who is around an 8 handicap, getting towards scratch. Right now I'm sitting at 2.5. So these irons are gonna be optimal for folks like me who still need a little bit more distance. I'm not hitting it as far as I used to, and I still need from time to time some forgiveness, because I'm sure, as you'll probably see here today, I don't hit everything in the middle of the club face. So if you are a higher handicapper, a mid handicapper even, these probably are not gonna be the clubs for you. I do wanna say that. But these could be the clubs you'll wanna work towards someday, for sure. All right, 134 is the number, which means it should be good for a full wedge shot here. Oh, it sounds so good. That one, as you can see, I hit with a much higher trajectory. And boy, we'll check the pitch mark, but it seemed to come to just a complete stop up there. We need spin for these type of irons. And with a pretty strong pitching wedge here, you might be wondering, is there enough to stop these balls in time? Let's find out. Well, all the stopping power you could possibly want, to be honest. Right here, took one hop and stopped completely. That is a good thing. So again, these clubs seemingly have basically everything. Let's see if I've got a birdie in me though. Oh, had the speed right that time. All right, we're heading to 3. All right, we've got about 285 from these tees now. What I'm gonna do is hit 7-iron off this tee to get us in that pitching wedge range, and hopefully we can have mostly a full shot in, or an 80% shot would be fine. Left side of the fairway looks like the perfect spot to be. Let's see what we can do. Oh, again, so nice and high. That is right down Broadway. If we talk about feel of these clubs, and I was gonna rank them on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give them a 12. They are right at the top with the best feeling irons I've ever played. Those would include the Adele Golf SMS Pros, the Multi TS3s, and the Tora Golf cavity backs that I tried last year as well. These things are unbelievable. You can feel exactly on the club face where you hit it, and when you hit it in the center, oh, just an extension of your arm. So good, so very good. So we did the job here. 136 is the number, although that wind is absolutely howling. So I may not want to hit a pitching wedge after all. I think I'm gonna go 7-iron, and we'll really test trajectory control of these ones, because I've got to keep it real low, and I've got to take about an 80% swing here. Let's see if we can run one up link style. It's hooking around. Not bad. We didn't hit the green there, but I did exactly what I wanted to do. Once I dial in the distances with these irons, I think I could nail that shot. All in all though, I feel like I can do anything I want with these clubs. They're everything I could have possibly imagined they could be. Now, chipping with this pitching wedge though, we'll see how that performs. Normally don't chip this shot with a pitching wedge. It would be a 58-degree wedge, and I didn't do so good. If you saw my video on Monday with the JPX 925 forged, the chipping left a little bit to be desired. Let's see what we can do here off the green with the S3s. Ooh, I missed my spot. Barely held on the green here. Long putt for par. Chipping with a pitching wedge, not my forte. Clearly, the shot I gotta work on. Oh, I thought the putter was gonna save us there. So we surrender one, but that was user error for sure. All right, last par 4 here before we get a par 3 and a par 5 to finish it off. We are now 1 over, and we've gotta get a birdie to get us back to our number. I've got 5-iron in hand on this 265 hole, into the wind again, so need a little more distance. Wasn't my best strike, honestly. That was toe side. I think we may be in the left rough, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. And there's definitely forgiveness in these clubs that you're not gonna get from something like the Mizuno Pro Blades. So again, that's why I think, for me at least, in my type of game, it's the perfect club where I get a little bit of help when I need it. Now, the difference between pro golfers and amateur golfers often is getting out of trouble. Like, the pros just can miraculously get themselves out of any situation. I found myself in a little situation here where I've got a big tree that's kind of in my way. Again, I need to hit something probably low and probably hooking a little bit And I'm in pitching wedge distance. In fact, probably less than pitching wedge distance. Let's see the exact number here. But this is where these clubs really show what they can do. 100 yards. Let's see what we got in us. This is why I like to be out here on course, because I love to run clubs through the gauntlet. It's situations like these you just cannot practice in a simulator. I've got a lie with leaves. I've got, again, these trees to deal with. I've got also like a side hill lie here too. So wish me luck. A lot going against me here. Whew, just scooted past the tree there. Oh, and with a favorable bounce, I think I'm just on the front fringe, maybe on the green putting. Either way, I'm gonna have the flat stick in hand. Yeah, I'm just on the fringe here. Maximum shot control out of these ones. Oh, I can't say enough good things about what you can do in terms of shot shape with the S3s here. Uphill, left to right. Ah, dead bend at the end there. Okay, hey. Steady golf for the most part. We are headed to our first par 3 and chance at an ace. I still, after all the golf shots I've hit in my life, do not have an ace. Oh, I'm waiting for that set of clubs. Once we do hit an ace, those likely are the clubs that will stay in my bag. All right, the green is just cleared for me. 131's the number, should be the perfect distance for a pitching wedge. And I'm looking for a birdie. Well, heck, like I said, I'm looking for an ace. And we don't have the wind in front of us this time. It's more of a crosswind. That strike was a little thin, but that is drawn right in there. These greens, they have some serious bounce being new greens, but we've got a great crack at birdie. That was an awesome shot, exactly what I was hoping for. I love walking up to this perfectly pin high. That could have been an ace if I landed it just a little further left of this hole. By far my best crack at bird of the day. Turn, oh you dog. That was almost dead straight. Well, everything I need these irons have, and we've got a par 5 to finish it off. On this course should be a short par 5 as well. After I hit my tee shot, we're gonna go ahead and rank these clubs. And I can tell you right now, it's gonna be a monster score. From these tees, it's 400 on the button, 5 iron in hand. If we can get 200 plus, we can get home in 2. Again, slightly toe side, but that shot is right down the middle. And we're gonna be in good shape. So I rank golf clubs on 5 categories: distance, forgiveness, workability, aesthetics, and value. Here we go. In terms of distance, for this type of iron, which is going to be a player's iron, you're gonna get a full 5 out of 5 stars from me in terms of distance. In terms of forgiveness, again, 5 out of 5 for this type of club, a player's iron. Oftentimes, you're just not going to get that extra forgiveness. This one's gonna give it to you. I've hit some shots thin today. I've hit some shots off the toe. I have not, as you've seen, been in too bad of spots on a pretty tight golf course. In terms of workability, again, full 5 out of 5 stars for me. I was able to control my trajectory to a T. I was able to hit the low ones when I needed to, the high ones when that was necessary. I moved the ball left to right and right to left on command. In terms of aesthetics, looks, feel, and sound, again, 5 out of 5 for me. These clubs have it all in the looks department. So clean. I love the minimal badging that Mizuno's been using here. I love that thin top line. I love that tapered sole. Everything about it is magnifique. In terms of the sound of them, oh, they have a nice crunch at impact. And again, in terms of feel, it is as good as a club gets. Now, value is the one place these clubs are gonna take a hit from me, but still, what you're getting, the package you're getting out of these Mizunos is just so good that the price you're paying, I think, is justified. While these, while being a high price, are not crazy expensive either. They're not out of reach completely. So all in all, I'm gonna give them 4.5 out of 5 stars. That means this score is 98 points, matching the best scores I have ever given here on Let's Play Through, and it is well deserved. Now let's see if we can finish strong here with these irons. I've got 192. I think it's probably gonna have to be a 5 iron. Do have the wind behind me, so that's a good thing. But let's see if we can get our birdie and get out of here even par. Either way, it has been an absolute pleasure using these clubs. And these are ones that absolutely could earn a spot in my bag. These irons are the irons to beat in 2025. Real steep approach here into this green, so it's gonna be a tough shot. Oh, it's a good strike. It is a good strike. B, the club. Oh, came up a little short actually. I just took a little too much off that one. All right, one more chime to see if we can pitch with this wedge. Go. Nope, not my strong suit. Oh, there we go. There we go. What a way to end it. What a way to end it. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Check out all our reviews. Don't miss a thing because there's a lot coming out here in 2025. But like I said, these ones might be the earliest and the best. I'll catch you back here next time on another edition of Let's Play Through.